Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to your host, Kimberly Magnus.
Hello, and welcome to the Hunger Games Biggest Fan Awards. I'm your host, Kimberly Magnus. So many people claim to be the biggest Hunger Games fan, but this is the only show where they can prove it. Let's go ahead and meet the tributes that are competing tonight for the title of Biggest Fan of the Month.
Hi, I'm Emily Fleur. I'm 11 and I'm from Southern California, and I just love movies and art. I love those creative things and photography and stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Jalen Simone. I'm 11. I'm from Georgia, and I'm an actress and a model.
Hi, I'm Cameron Glab. I'm 12 years old, and I really like to sing and act. And I live in Southern California, like Emily.
I'm Carla. I'm from Burbank, California. And I'm also an actor. I'm also a writer. Something interesting. I'm an artist, and I'm also ambidextrous.
I'm Michelle. I am an actor and a blogger. I live in Southern California. And a fun fact about me is I used to be a tour guide at Disneyland.
Hi, I'm Anna Grace. I'm 14 and I'm from North Carolina. And I'm an actress, and I can look up any verse in the Bible in under 8 seconds.
I'm Melissa Fair, and I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I'm really skilled in fencing, archery, and riflery, and I have 4 chickens and a goat, and I do live in the city.
Hi, I'm Alara. I'm from Malvern, Pennsylvania. I'm an actor / model. The little fun fact is I just did this Nollywood movie and we got nominated for the African Oscars, so I'm excited about that.
Well, welcome to all of our contestants. Sounds like we're going to have a pretty competitive show this month. But now it's time to meet our distinguished and all-around awesome judges. First, we have Crystal Watanabe, who is the owner of the Hunger Games fan site, jabberjays.net, and she won first place in a national Hunger Games trivia challenge where she won a gold Mockingjay pin. Are you excited to see how these tributes are going to compete tonight?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I remember what it was like when I won the contest you mentioned. I was super excited. So I hope people can feel what I felt when I won that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they bring this time. All right, next we have Jackson Sharp, who is a freelance Hunger Games writer and was in the first Mockingjay movie with his twin brother as a District 5 rebel, and was also a stand-in for the actor Woody Harrelson. What are you looking forward to the most tonight?
I think, honestly, I've got a good bit of time to put some thought into some of my final round questions. So I'm excited to really see what kind of answers they come up with. So I'm looking forward to see who makes it all the way to the end.
And finally, we have Dr. Amy Sturgis, who received her PhD from Vanderbilt, and her latest work on the Hunger Games was just published in the new 2016 essay collection, Critical Insights, The Hunger Games Trilogy. She'll also be delivering a talk on the Hunger Games this August at the World Science Fiction Convention. Welcome to the show, Amy. Are you excited for tonight?
I certainly am. What a great group we have. I'm really looking forward to seeing what their answers are and learning more about them. And this is going to be a great evening, I can already tell.
So let's get back to our tributes. And I have a few questions for you guys. So Emily, tell me what it would mean to you if you won the Biggest Fan Awards trophy.
Honestly, being in a wheelchair, it's super hard to win awards because it's not like I can play soccer or anything. So it'd be so cool to have a Biggest Fan Award trophy just sitting in my room. That'd be so cool.
That would be really, really awesome. I bet it would look great in your room. All right, it is now time for the first round of competition. So the judges are going to ask the tributes a series of trivia questions. The first set of questions is worth 1 point each, and the tributes will have 15 seconds to type in their answers. All right, let's get it started. Crystal, are you ready to ask your first question?
Okay, so what color was Katniss's dress at the reaping?
Time is up. Okay, so Cameron, how do you feel about your answer? Do you think you got it right?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about my answer. I mean, I've seen the first movie 1,000 times. I mean, I've almost memorized it probably. I mean, I just remember how Katniss's mom laid out the dress for her and her walking in the reaping. So I think I'm pretty confident.
Okay, well, Crystal, can you tell us what the tributes answered and what the actual correct answer is?
Okay, so the correct answer is blue.
Jackson, go ahead and hit us with your question, please.
In the Hunger Games arena, right before Rue died, what was the last question she asked Katniss?
Okay, time is up. Carla, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you got this one right?
8.
An 8? That's pretty good. Well, let's go ahead and find out. Jackson, can you tell us what the correct answer is?
Yes, the correct answer is, can you sing?
Okay, so we'll keep on moving forward. So Amy, can we get your question, please?
In Panem, which district is responsible for the fishing, the netting, the trolling, essentially producing the bounty of the sea?
Okay, time is up. Anna Grace, what did you think about that question?
Like really relaxing that it was something about the districts because the districts are like my thing.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, Amy, can you go ahead and tell us what the correct answer is?
Yes, the correct answer is District 4.
So after the first set of questions, the tributes in first place are Jalen, Cameron, and Alyssa. Congratulations, guys. It is now time for the second set of questions, which are slightly harder. So these are going to be worth 2 points each. Crystal, can you go ahead and ask your first question?
What is Katniss Everdeen's birthday?
And time is up. All right, Michelle, how are you feeling about your answer right now?
I feel okay. I kind of guessed. It wasn't one I knew as well as the others.
Let's find out. Crystal, can you tell us what the correct answer is?
Sure, the correct answer is May 8th.
Okay, congratulations. All right, so that was a little bit tougher, but we're gonna see what Jackson has in store for us. Jackson, can you hit us with your question, please?
Yes, my question is, in District 13, how did President Alma Coin's husband and daughter die?
Alyssa, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think you did?
I think I know this one, so like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna be like a 5.
5 is a good mid-range. Okay. So Jackson, can you go ahead and tell us what the correct answer is?
Yes, the correct answer is from a pox epidemic.
All right, and Amy, your question, please.
Which former victor was famous for ripping another tribute's throat out with her teeth and later sharpening her teeth into points like fangs?
Ooh. And time is up. Okay, Malera, what do you think about these trivia questions so far?
Oh my God, they harder than I thought they would be because like I can't like I know the answer but I can't remember it that quick and I'm not sure.
Okay, Amy, can you go ahead and tell us what the correct answer is?
Yes, the correct answer is Enobaria.
This last set of questions is the hardest, and they're worth 3 points each. So really, it's still anyone's game. May the odds be ever in your favor. Okay, Crystal, go ahead and ask your last question.
All right, this is my hardest one, so get ready. When Katniss first meets Cinna, they sit down and they eat lunch. What shape are the rolls that come with their lunch?
Okay, time is up. Carla, how do you feel about your answer on that question?
Maybe I accidentally got it right, but then something else came into my mind that was like, that could have been it too.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and find out. Crystal, what the heck is the correct answer?
They were shaped like flowers.
Okay, so did any of the contestants get that one right?
No, I stumped everybody.
You got to be on your feet for this. All right, let's go ahead and move on forward. Jackson, can you give us your question, please?
Yes, I hope this is a little bit easier to give y'all a little bit of encouragement. But here, my question is, Prim in the books has a pet named Buttercup, but she also has a pet goat. What is the name of that pet goat?
And time is up. Anna Grace, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you with this one?
A 9 to a 10 because I actually played a game and I named one of my farm animals after this, and it made me really excited that someone remembered the goat.
Yes, so your animals came in handy this time. Good, awesome. Okay, Jackson, can you tell us what the correct answer is?
Yes, the correct answer is Lady.
Okay, congratulations, guys. And here's our final question. Amy, can you give us your question, please?
The country of Panem. Panem takes its name from a classic 3-word Latin phrase. I want to know what that 3-word Latin phrase translates into in English. And just as a hint, Plutarch Heavensbee explains this to Katniss.
And time is up. Michelle, how do you feel? You think you got this one?
I think I could possibly get this one. At first, I thought the question was going to go in a different direction, so I had a different answer in my head. So I just came up with the first thing I thought of. I mean, I think it sounds good. So we'll see if it's right.
Okay. All right, Amy, what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is bread and circuses.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you, judges, for those trivia questions. Now, if you at home want to suggest questions for the judges to ask on future episodes, go ahead and email the question and answer along with your name and Twitter handle to questions@biggestfanawards.com. Crystal, how do you think the tributes did overall?
I think they did great. I mean, some of them, I know mine was really hard, but I was impressed that people got Amy's question. I liked Amy's question, so.
It was a good one. Okay, Jackson, what do you think of their performance in the first round?
I think they're coming on pretty strong. There's seems to be a couple clear front runners, which is kind of unusual. But I do have to say, even the wrong answers are really hilarious, so I'm having just as much fun with those as I am with the correct answers.
Good. Okay. And Amy, what are your thoughts now that round 1 is over?
I think that we have some really great competitors here, some great tributes. And I agree with Jackson. Everyone seems to be having fun, whether the answers are right or not. And that's part of the game. So I'm enjoying this, and I hope that everyone else is too.
All right. So the tributes who will be moving on to the second round are going to be revealed right after this.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back. It is now time to find out who will be moving on to the second round. All right, Alyssa, do you have any final thoughts before we reveal who will be moving on?
Yeah. I kind of don't think I made it, and that makes me really heartbroken.
Oh no. Malera, how are you feeling right now?
I totally didn't make it to the second round. I'm just happy I got to participate in. It was really fun, but I'd be totally surprised if I'm on that second round. But I had a good time. I'm so happy to be here. But
Oh, good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. The tributes who will be advancing to round 2 are Jalen, Cameron, Carla, Anna Grace, and Michelle. So congratulations to all of you who are advancing to the second round. Emily, Alyssa, Malera, you were not the biggest fan. I'm very sorry, but we loved having you, so thank you so much for participating. All right, so it is now time for the grill session. This is where the judges are going to take turns asking any question they want, and their goal is to determine whether or not the tribute is actually the biggest fan. All right, good luck, tributes. Crystal, you can go ahead and begin.
Sure. Okay, so Carla, what kind of mentor do you picture Katniss being had the Quarter Quell never happened?
I think she would have been extremely helpful because, I mean, not only did she win, but I think she's also extremely knowledgeable, and she has a lot of street smarts and a lot of just common sense. And I think like that would make up for her being a little socially awkward.
Okay, my question is, in Mockingjay Part 2, do you feel like there was enough of a build-up with Prim's death? Why or why not?
Not really. In the movie, it's like it just kind of happened really quickly, and I don't really feel like you really got it. Almost kind of was like, what just happened? And it's like, wait a second, what's Prim doing there? And she was never even, they didn't really talk very much about her being a nurse.
We know you're an artist, and we know that you like the Hunger Games, but what is it, do you think, that makes people who are artistic want to make art about the Hunger Games? You're not the only one who has created fan art related to the Hunger Games. What is it that inspires you?
I think it's like, I find that which drives me about it and the thing that I connect to, and I want to express it somehow. And for me, I'm a very visual person, very kinesthetic, which is part of the drawing. And so that's, for me, that's just the best way to get it out there.
Okay, so if you could visit the Hunger Games exhibit, what would you want to visit? What would you want to see most there?
I think I would love to see probably District 12, and especially the scene and everywhere that she got to go hunting and all that.
Okay, so since you're a writer, my question is this. Katniss survives 2 Hunger Games arenas and she survives a war. So if you had to imagine Katniss dying a gruesome, tragic death that was worth it, what would you imagine? When and how would that have happened?
I also like irony, and I tend to be a little bit sick and twisted. Maybe like burned up. I think, yeah, it's like she dies in a fire, but not just like any old fire. Like, I think it would be there would be some sort of sacrifice in there. And I don't think she would live to be all that old, just because martyrs tend to die young.
Okay, time is up. Carla, how do you think that went?
Pretty well. I mean, I tried to vocalize as best I could.
Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring in our next tribute. Anna Grace, are you ready to face the judges?
Yeah.
Okay, Jackson, can you please go ahead and get us started?
Yes, okay, so my first question is, on YouTube, there are tons of fan-made Hunger Games films, and there's also parodies. So have you ever made your own Hunger Games film and uploaded to YouTube? Or if not, what is your favorite fan-made film or parody?
I've never made one myself simply because I don't have like the determination to sit down and film something and script it, and none of my friends would help me with it. But I've seen a ton of them, and I think my favorite one was probably 2 people kind of made up their own backstory, did Johanna and Finnick's relationship, and it was kind of like after their games when they were both victors, and it was really nice, and I liked it.
What do you think Suzanne Collins's takeaway is from the books, in the sense of what you're supposed to run out and do or act upon? What kind of call to action do you think you're left with after reading The Hunger Games?
Probably from Suzanne Collins to probably never be afraid to speak your mind and stand up against things that you don't believe, like to stand up against things that you don't believe are right, and just never be afraid to be yourself and all that good jazz.
So President Coin and Katniss had differing opinions of the accountability of victors. What do you think? Do you think that they should have been held accountable for things that they did before the rebellion won?
I don't think so. I think that, like, as far as their life before the games, as long as they didn't get caught, I mean, they can't prove that they did it. And in the games, they put them in a situation where it's killed or be killed. And so they really put them in a tough spot. And I think to hold them to something they did against their will in the first place would be kind of messed up, in a very messed up situation anyway.
Okay, so my question is, the way Katniss and Gale's relationship ended in the final film, it was very abrupt. Do you imagine, like, years in the future past where the Hunger Games movie ends, that there would be any kind of friendship or relationship there?
I think Gale probably walked away from her very wounded, and probably not, just because I feel like Gale has this huge pride that would never get out of his way. And then Katniss obviously moved on with Peeta, and I think that would probably leave him very wounded, and probably not, because he had a promising military career.
All right, and time is up. Anna Grace, how do you think that went?
I think it went pretty well. I tried not to stutter too much because I have a problem with saying but a lot. So I hope I didn't say it too much.
Okay, let's bring in our next tribute. Michelle, are you ready to face the judges?
I'm ready.
Okay. Amy, go ahead.
So you've been a tour guide. Imagine you could be a tour guide somewhere in Panem. Where would you most want to take us and show us around?
I would want to go to the Capitol, because I think there's a lot of fascinating places there, and I would really love to give a tour as well as take a tour of President Snow's mansion.
Which Hunger Games arena do you think had the greatest emotional and physical toll on Katniss? The Hunger Games arena or the Catching Fire arena?
I think the catching fire arena, just with the clock ticking and them constantly running from one danger to the next. I think in the first one, it was a bigger threat from her other tributes, but in the second one, I think the arena took a much heavier toll on her physically and emotionally.
Okay, so at the end of Mockingjay Part 2, there was some controversy over how domesticated Katniss looked on screen. What did you think about that ending? Did you think that it reflected the book well, or did it bother you at all, or what did you think?
I thought it reflected the book well, because I remember in the epilogue it talks about her and the kids. So I thought it was nice to see that in the future she had a more relaxed life, and that was what Boggs had wanted for her to live a long and happy life, and I think that was kind of setting up for that.
Can you think of a particular scene or a particular moment where the film adaptation diverged in some way from the book original text, and tell us which of the two versions you like better? Did you like what the book did, or did you like the changes that the film made?
What comes to mind immediately is in the first movie, Katniss got her Mockingjay pin from the Hob, where I preferred in the book when she got the pin from Madge, and then especially finding out in Catching Fire that Madge had an aunt who was a tribute. That to me is such a cool connection, and so I was really disappointed that that was left out of the movie.
All right, and time is up. Michelle, how do you think that went?
I really enjoyed that. It's fun to think about, answers that aren't so by the book, so I really liked that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had fun with it. Okay, so it's time for our next tribute. Jalen, are you ready to face the judges?
Yes, I'm ready.
Jackson, you want to go ahead and start us off?
So Jalen, I know you're from Georgia, so there's a lot of filming that was going on here during Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. So have you visited any of the set locations? And if not, which one would you like to go see?
I haven't visited any of them yet, but I would really like to see one of the ones from the first Mockingjay, because I just really like that one. That was like my favorite one. I think I'd like to visit one of the ones from District 13 though.
So the dystopian tradition of literature is all about giving us a warning. World's gone wrong, say you don't want to end up here, right? So what do you think is the warning that is implicit in the Hunger Games? What are we being told to avoid, or what are we being told to do so we don't end up like they are in Panem?
I'm pretty sure that we're being told to avoid like another civil war within our world, because our world may end up like the Hunger Games world.
Okay, so pretend you're a game maker and you're a little torn about what you have to do, and then you get assigned to come up with the theme for one of the wedges in the clock arena. How do you pick something that is both going to satisfy President Snow and yet not be too horrible for the tributes who you feel sorry for?
I would pick something where it would kind of mess with one of their most needed resources, like a poison water supply, or like just like really messed up animals. Because Katniss, she hunts to get her food, so that would kind of put a wrench in that strategy there. So I think that would both satisfy President Snow and not really like hurt the tributes too much, because they can always go to other like parts of the arena to get food and water too.
Okay, so my other question is, several of our favorite characters throughout the Hunger Games series have tragic deaths. You know, we have Rue, Mags, Finnick, Prim. So which death in the movies hit you the hardest?
I think Prim's death hit me the hardest, because that was like really sad, and I don't think anybody would ever expect Prim to die. And then it was even worse because in the end of that movie, everyone's like, okay, well, who set off the bombs? And we figure out that it was most likely Gail's mom that did it. So.
All right, and time is up. Jalen, how do you think that went?
I think that went really well, and I'm really confident that I did well.
Oh, Great. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring in our last tribute. Cameron, are you ready to face the judges?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I can make up a lot of creative answers.
Oh, yay. I'm excited to hear. Okay, Amy, go ahead.
All right, since you are a singer, tell us what you think about some of the music that was used in the soundtracks for the films. Do you have a favorite song from the soundtracks and why?
I liked it. I liked the song that she sang to Rue, the Deep in the Meadow one, because it was really moving and it just set District 11 off, and that's when they started to rebel against District 11, all the peacekeepers throwing stuff, and then all the districts were just like, whoa, what? Yeah, that did hit everybody, and I think it kind of just said that it just told all the districts, like, this is big, we need to do something.
So Cameron, you said you've seen the first movie about 1,000 times, so I'm assuming it's your favorite. It's one of my favorites too. So with that said, if you could go back and be in any one of those scenes in that movie and have been able to be a part of the film, which scene would you like to go back and be a part of?
I think I would want to go back to when the careers started chasing Katniss, and then Katniss climbed up into the tree and Cato tried to follow her, because I wanted to help Katniss, and because Rue didn't come until the morning, so if I could have gotten there at the night time and helped her, it would be cool.
Okay, so in the first movie, since we're talking about that, they changed the mutts, right, from the book mutts to the large dogs. What did you think about their choice, and do you think the book mutts would have been too scary on screen as they were in the book?
No, I think the book mutts would have been just fine, because everybody had already experienced a bunch of horror and like gore, and I just think, and the eyes in each mutt, I think that would have been a good thing to add in to the movie.
If you were a tribute and you could choose any of the former victors to be your mentor, which one would you choose and why?
I would choose Finnick because I do live on the coast and I can swim, I can do a lot of that, and Finnick's just very amusing, and I think I would like him as a mentor, and I think he would know a lot since he's the youngest person to ever win the Hunger Games.
All right, and time is up. Cameron, how do you think that went?
I thought I did pretty creative answers. I thought I put a lot of detail into it, but made it fast at the same time, so I'm pretty confident.
You did. Creative and quick. Great combo. What a grill session. Okay, good job to all the tributes out there. You definitely faced some tough questions. Crystal, how do you think they did?
I think they did fantastic. I mean, I was really impressed. I don't know if I would have come up with answers that good on the fly like that.
Yeah, very creative. What did you think, Jackson?
I agree with Crystal. I was really getting lost in some of their answers, and they put a lot of thought into them, and they were really quick on their feet, so much so that I almost forgot to ask the next question because I was just wanting to stop and have a conversation about what they were saying. So they did a great job.
Awesome. And Amy, what were your thoughts?
Can't just come up with some of those questions some of those answers rather on the fly. It really shows that these people have been, living this and thinking about it and absorbing it, and their fandom has been a part of their lives for a long time. I like to see those answers reflect the fact they've had a long relationship with the Hunger Games, and so I've been very impressed.
All right, so please tell us which tributes will be advancing to the final round right after this.
Ahoy, fans of the Hunger Games. Do ye be searching for your next book to read? Do ye be wanting action, humor, and romance? How about one that be teaching you how to be richer than your parents? Then ye be wanting Pirates of Financial Freedom, the first personal finance adventure novel. Don't be a pox-faced, grog-snarfing barnacle brain. Get it today and treasure it forever.
Okay, welcome back. We are now going to find out which 3 tributes will be advancing to the final round. Crystal, do you want to go ahead and start us off with one of the contestants the judges have chosen?
Sure. So the first one that we can say is making it to the next round is Jalen. We were very impressed with your answers, so congratulations.
Okay, Jackson, you want to give us one of the other contestants that made it to the final round?
Yes, the second contestant that made it to the final round was Cameron. We thought he did do a really good job of being creative and coming up with some really fun answers that were intriguing. So great job, Cameron.
All right, and Amy, who is our last finalist chosen?
Our last finalist is Anna Grace. She knows her stuff and she impressed all three of us, and we're looking forward to seeing what she's going to tell us in the next round.
Congratulations to all three of you. You certainly deserve getting this far. Unfortunately, Carla, Michelle, you are not the biggest fan. It is now time for the final round of competition. So in this round, you each will have up to 1 minute to tell the world why you are the biggest fan. America will then vote for their favorite tribute, and the one with the most votes wins. Okay, we're gonna start with you, Jalen. Are you ready to make your case for why you are the biggest Hunger Game fan?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so your time begins now.
I'm the biggest Hunger Games fan because Hunger Games is like my life, and I just love everything. And I was so super excited when the first movie came out. Like, I didn't even know what to do with myself. And then my grandma bought me the books for Christmas. I read every book in under a month, and I watched every movie in less than a week. I was so excited. I have a Hunger Games blanket, 3 Hunger Games posters, all the Hunger Games movies, all the Hunger Games books, the dolls, and I just love Hunger Games.
Yay, thank you. Wonderful job. That's certainly a compelling case you made there to the world. Okay, so we're gonna move on to tribute to Cameron. Are you ready to make your case for why you are the biggest Hunger Games fan?
Yeah, I think I have a lot of evidence. So I think I'm ready.
All right, well, your time begins now.
I think I'm the biggest Hunger Games fan because I've created 2 Hunger Games themed parties, and when I started reading the first book, I was literally reading it, and then when I would see a part, I would read it, and then in the movie I would watch it until then, so I wouldn't spoil it. And I would in the movie theater, my dad would just keep asking me, "Who's that?" Blah blah blah, and I would be like, "It's this person. It's this situation." And then I have action figures. I have all the movies. I have all the books. I've read and seen all of them. I have 3 posters, and I just really, the series is just really opening and inviting, and it's just very curious, and you want to read more, and that's just how it affected me, and just me as a person, because it's just affected me so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Cameron, for that compelling story. And we will go to our final tribute. Anna Grace, are you ready to tell the world why you are the biggest Hunger Games fan?
Yes.
Okay, so your time begins now.
All right, I'm the biggest Hunger Games fan because when I got into the series right after the first movie came out, I actually began counting down to the movies in days. And like every 10 days or so often, I would pick a quote to go with that 10 days, and I picked quotes from the movies that were going to be coming out. And I won a local contest to win Catching Fire tickets, like to our local premiere, for having like the most Hunger Games things out of my county. And I actually made my best friend, our conversation starter was, "Have you seen the Hunger Games?" And she was scared to death, and it was great, and I actually made a friend out of it, and I've read all the books several times a piece. I could quote the first movie for a short period of time, but I'm in theater, so I have to learn lines, and just the whole thing is just amazing, and I love it, and it has really given me a piece of who I am, and really shaped part of my life.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool you won a contest for having the most stuff in your county. Hopefully you'll win this contest, but we'll find out. Thank you, Tributes, for all of those wonderful answers. Now let's find out who the judges think did the best overall, taking all 3 of the rounds into consideration. Crystal, who do you think did the best, most compelling Hunger Games speech and should be the biggest fan of the month?
I mean, all 3 did really well, but for round 2, I said that I thought that Jalen did the best, and she did really well in the trivia, so I'm rooting for her.
Okay, 1 for Jalen. Jackson, who is your pick?
This is my least favorite part of the show, just for the record, having to pick between 3 amazing contestants. I love that they're all so young. Gosh, I feel like I got Jalen. She's my girl. She's from Georgia. I feel you. But so far as that last round, I really think that, gosh, what am I going to say? Anna Grace. I feel like hers, the part about making her best friend from the Hunger Games, just that is so fantastic.
It is. This is the toughest part for sure. Okay, Amy, anybody you're particularly rooting for?
I agree with Jackson. This is very, very difficult. And it's particularly difficult this time, I think, because of the quality and the charisma of these competitors. I love Jalen, and I think Cameron's got such energy and such heart. But I'm going to go with Anna Grace on this because on the one hand, she knows her stuff. She knows the trivia. She has put in the time to study this. But on the other hand, she's living this. I love the fact that she got her friend from their common love of the Hunger Games. But I also really loved the ideas that she picked out particular quotes to help her count down. That's just, going back to the books. That warms my heart. So I'm cheering for her, but I am cheering for all 3 of these great tributes. It's a win-win-win situation.
Okay, so we heard what the judges think, but they don't get to pick the winner. You at home do. So how can you vote? We want to make the voting process as transparent as we can. So we're going to make a separate tweet for each of the 3 finalists. To vote, you're just going to simply retweet the tweet of your favorite tribute. Now, whichever one has the most retweets will be the winner. The voting will be open for 1 week. Do you think you have what it takes to be the next Hunger Games biggest fan of the year? Our next show will air in 1 month, so if you want to be on it, apply now at biggestfanawards.com. So the winner tonight will receive $100 cash and the title of Hunger Games biggest fan of the month. But more importantly, they will qualify to compete in the Fan of the Year competition, where the winner will get a cash prize and receive the Biggest Fan Awards trophy, which I have right here. Woo! It is 15.5 inches tall, plated in 24 karat gold, and is made by the same company that makes the Oscars. This is amazing. I don't want to give this up. All right, that's all for today. Be sure to join us next week at the same time where we will announce the winner. And thank you for helping us honor the most important people in show business, you, the fans. All right, good night, guys.